All right, good morning, y'all. It is Monday, March 21st. We are standing at the border of Canyonlands, the Maze District, as you can see behind me. We're getting ready to head in. We are heading to Standing Rock and then Dollhouse tomorrow. But apparently this is where the road starts to get pretty hairy, so we'll show you guys what it looks like on the way, huh? All right, check in a few. All right, y'all, we're at the crossroads here. Hans Flat Ranger Station and the Maze Overlook is right behind me. Sunset Pass and Hatch Canyon is that direction. And Standing Rock and the Chocolate Drops and the maze area that we're going to is this way. And then back behind me is where Height and where we actually had to start the road because the Flint Trail up above is closed. So we're heading down this way. Hopefully it won't be too rough, but this is where it starts to get gnarly. All right, y'all.
After the four-way stop, you will start down the Wash Road that leads into the land of Standing Rock's the Maze District. Remember, a permit is required for all driving and camping in this area. After this sign, the road changes dramatically. You will go from a nice drive in the desert to some serious off-roading. This is the very first obstacle we encountered directly after Teapot Rock, and it was no joke for the next 15 to 20 miles all the way out to Dollhouse 3. I drive a stock Nissan Xterra, and it required us to get out and scout in several spots and stack rocks to get up and down ledges that were just too high for my Nissan to clear. There are at least 2 or 3 places in this road where you will required to go up and over a ledge that could be anywhere from 3 to 4 feet high. Don't be afraid to stack rocks and take this drive seriously. You are a long way from any kind of help. If you do decide to drive out on this road, please understand that there's really no place where it gets easy. It took us an hour and a half to drive the first 9/10 of a mile. There really is no place where you can sit back and coast. This is a white-knuckle, butt-clenching road from start to finish, and overall, to get from the four-way stop all the way out to Dollhouse where we ended the drive, the total time was over 9 hours one way. Again, we were in a stock Nissan, and higher clearance would have made that easier, but it's not a place where you can go fast in any way, shape, or form. At 0.9 of a mile, you will actually encounter the very first obstacle, which I would consider probably the most difficult piece of this entire drive. It is a large ledge that is anywhere from 3 to 4 feet stepping up, and you have to drop in from one side and down the other.
All right, y'all. We are getting ready to go over definitely what I consider the most difficult part of this trail so far. It's about a 3.5-foot ledge that we have to drive up. So this will be the deciding factor. Do we get there or not? Wish us luck. I'll show you what it looks like on the GoPro. All right, y'all. Peace.
We're driving cars on a Mars tonight. We're blasting off to the stars tonight. We wanna go, go. We wanna go, go. cars on a Mars tonight. We're blasting off to the stars tonight. We wanna go, go. We wanna go, go.
All right, good morning, y'all. We are in day 2 of the Maze District Canyonlands, and we are getting ready to head out to Dollhouse Rock. Last night we had the Standing Rock campsite, which is outstanding. If you have the opportunity to get out here and you can make it through the very difficult road, I'd highly recommend checking out Standing Rock. It's sweet, it's a huge spot, you get it all to yourself, and you're right by this big thing, which is pretty sweet. So we're gonna move from here today. We're gonna drive some more rough road. We have, I think, like 6 miles, and it's gonna take half an hour to an hour to get through it. And we're gonna try to get out to the Dollhouse, and then we're gonna go down to Spanish Bottom, and we have a night at Dollhouse 3 tonight. So off we go. All right, y'all, we made it to the Dollhouse. Some pretty treacherous little stretches of road. My buddy guided us down nicely, and we had to do a lot of rock finding and ramp building, but we made it. Dollhouse, yeah.
All right, y'all. So this is actually what it looked like coming in and out of the camp spot in Dollhouse 3. This seriously is no joke, and that's why the footage you're going to watch here is us basically driving out from this crazy place. There is no easy way to film, there is no easy way to drive up or down it, it's just something you have to get into and do. So as we go, you'll notice there are quite a few landmarks we're going to run into, and you'll see some of the tougher sections that we actually had to drive up and down.
Am I straight?
There are about 4 or 5 major obstacles that you must get up and down going from Dollhouse 3 to Standing Rock. Notice how much my front end drops on this. If you are driving a stock 4-wheel drive, you will have to look quite hard in some of the locations to find the rocks you need to build the tire ramps to get up and down obstacles. We found that finding rocks and being patient was definitely the best way to get up and down everything that was in front of us. On this obstacle, notice the giant ledge on the right upper screen. I had to go straight up and then make a sharp left, getting up about a 45-degree angle. It was quite challenging, but exciting and fun all the way through.
More.
Between Standing Rock and Teapot Rock Campground, you'll find several locations where you'll have rock ledges and things like this that you just have to find your way up and down. Again, we found the best way to do it was to have a spotter outside of the vehicle and one of us inside driving, making sure that the tires went exactly where they needed to get up and down all of these obstacles safely. We only have a couple obstacles left, and then we finally get to breathe.
Don't let me run that over.
All right, everybody. So this is definitely, again, what I would call the main obstacle. The first thing you have to do is drive down into the runoff wash, and that ledge is a good 3.5 to 4 feet. We really took our time to build it up and give the Nissan a nice, easy ramp. What you do have to realize is that you have to be quite far driver, which puts you on the edge of about a 25-foot drop. And then as you get to the up ledge, you're not done until you completely get about 25 yards past this obstacle. And you just kind of have to bump up and slowly work your way through. This obstacle is 9/10 of a mile away from Teapot Rock Campground, and just a little bit past it, you still have quite a bit of work to do to get in and out of this road. But overall, we found it well worth it. We completely enjoyed being in the maze. I was also quite proud of myself, seeing as we had 4 people, including a park ranger, tell us they were impressed that we were able to get a stock Nissan all the way out to Dollhouse 3. Getting out to the maze was well worth it, and I hope this video helped you if you're driving out on this crazy road.
Well, the Canyonlands maze experience has been one to write home about for sure. We just got off of the Dollhouse / Spanish Bottom Road, and then that turns into the Flint Trail Road. And earlier today, we hiked out of the canyon, got back to the car at about 11, and didn't get to our campsite until 5:30. And that was about 25 miles of road that we had to drive. Some of the most intense and insane road I have ever been on. My buddy called it an oh shit road, and it definitely was one of those where you had to have a spotter putting your tires exactly where they needed to be. It was just crazy. Well worth it. As again, as my buddy would say, the juice was worth the squeeze for sure. It was a fantastic trip. The Canyonlands Maze District, if you have the vehicle or the means to get out to it, it's well worth it. It's a super excellent place. There's a lot to see. You could spend a month down inside of that canyon and just explore. But tonight we're back at the spot where we thought was the sewing machine in one of the earlier videos. It's not, but this is where we decided to camp before we wake up tomorrow and head back home. But now camp is all set. We're going to cook dinner here shortly. It's time for a step 2. Thank you, Steve. Step 1 is getting camp. Step 2 is having a drink. You guys, if you're liking what we're doing, please do all the buttony, clicky, majubers, and all that stuff that you're supposed to do. And more importantly, just stop back by and see what content we have coming up. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be well, my friends.